Check one, check two. Check one, check two. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, just give me a second here. Make sure all systems are go before we get started talking about today. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. It's Monday, October 18th, 8:51 in the morning, and it is cloudy and a little rainy here in Southern California. It looks like the sun's about to peek out though. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. How about them Cowboys? Cowboys improving to 5-1 after the victory in overtime over the New England Patriots in Foxborough yesterday. And the reason why I'm talking about that is because I'm a Cowboys fan. I've been listening to a lot of Cowboys haters for a little while now, and I'm just gonna say this: this is it. I'm never the one to say we're gonna win the Super Bowl. And I'm never that guy. I'm never like, oh, the Cowboys won a game, we're gonna win the Super Bowl. Although I know a lot of Cowboys fans are like that, but I will tell you, as someone who watches has watched a lot of football my entire life, the Cowboys have the making for a Super Bowl contending team. And that is not just me saying that. That is people all over the interweb and all over the radio waves in the sports universe saying that. So you better watch out. Dallas Cowboys come for that Lombardi trophy. I just want to give everybody a little update where we're at. The show, I've slowed down on making... I used to make like pretty much an episode every day, but I'm slowed down a little bit just because of time constraints with school and football and, you know, just living life. So I'm going to be doing less episodes every week until you guys request more. And yeah, just because right now I do the show completely for free. I think we have our first sponsor. Our first sponsor is Anchor, the platform that I do the, that I make the podcast on, basically, that I distribute the podcast with. But they're not like paying me any money up front or whatever. It's just, I'm pretty sure they sponsor everybody who uses their, you know, platform as soon as they get a little bit of traction. It's good for them. So I think they're going to give me like $15 for every 1,500 impressions, which if you do the math on that, I think I have maybe 1,000 total impressions for the entire show. So like, that's not even $15 yet. And that means 1,500 impressions per episode that the ad is on. So hey, if you want to help me out, make sure you share this podcast. Make sure you you know, get the show out there to your friends, your family. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you you know what you can do is on Anchor or on Spotify, you can hit the share button and you can like text it to someone, be like, hey, listen to this. So hopefully you do that. Today I want to talk about, I hate that we have to talk about this so much, but it's important that we talk about this aspect of it. It's people standing up to vaccine mandates that are being forced upon them. I forgot to bring up another article, but I wanted to make sure before I... So we're talking about vaccine mandates today. Not really the mandates themselves, but people standing up to it. And I meant to pull up about Delta Airlines. So if that comes up, I'll pull it up later. But I want to talk about the Seattle Police Department situation, just to bring everybody up to speed. Last week, I think the mandate was passed before last week, but last week everybody was talking about it. The vaccine mandate for the Seattle Police Department, who's set to take place today, October 18th. And they were gonna have to fire up to 40% of their staff, their police officers, because they weren't gonna get vaccinated. So I can't find any articles of today, but one that was published on Saturday was talking about how, I'm not going to play the whole video. It's a 2-minute, 30-second video, and I don't like everything they have to say in it. It doesn't make a lot. There is somebody who defends the vaccine mandates, but and there's somebody who defends the police officers standing up against the vaccine mandate, but it's just the way that they format the videos. I don't want to play it. So the article, I'm gonna pull it up on the screen if you guys want to read it while I'm talking about it. I'm just gonna... The title of it's called "Unvaccinated Seattle Police Department Officers Won't Be Immediately Fired on October 18th Deadline." What that tells me is that I think they're realizing that people aren't bluffing with not getting vaccinated. And we've already heard about the Southwest Airlines pilots, walking away from their job because they won't get vaccinated, and then they're trying to cover up that, like, oh, there's a bunch of flight delays because of weather. The weather might have something to do with it, but let's just be honest, you don't have enough pilots to fully, man the amount of flights that Southwest does every day. Do I sound nasally? Jeez, hold on one second. Hopefully that sounds a little better. I don't know, I feel like I sound nasally a little bit. Oh no, I'm getting the Rona. No. I feel fine. I just sound a little nasally. Anyways, so Southwest Airlines having issues with, they passed the vaccine mandate, and then a lot of pilots starting to walk away, and then now they're having issues with manning all their flights. I mean, take it for what it is, but I'm pretty sure the mandates has something to do with it. Fast forward to, I think Delta Airlines retracted their vaccine mandate because they saw what was going on with... That's the article I wanted to pull up, was something about Delta, because last I heard might be different than what's actually happening. So from what I understand, it could be different by the time you actually listen to this. Delta passed a vaccine mandate, and then they're like, oh, we're going to lose all of our pilots. Nah, never mind. So now, fast forward to the Seattle Police Department. Now it seems like, the people, the bullies pushing the vaccine mandates, were trying to play hardball, and now they are realizing that, oh, people can play hardball back. And I feel like just the verbiage of this headline kind of says it all. I mean, it's curious to see on how many Seattle police officers will actually stand up and not actually get vaccinated. I'll talk about the Los Angeles sheriff here in a second, but the unvaccinated Seattle police officers won't be immediately fired on October 18th. Keyword, won't be immediately fired. So at first they're like, yeah, you'll be fired, turn in your badge October 18th, you don't get vaccinated, boom, you're done. But now they're like, oh, well, they won't be immediately fired. Now, instead, this literally word, instead, they will be given notice for a, I don't know what this is, Loudermill hearing, where an employee can present their reasonings before separation is taken. I think it's mostly the left that's pushing these mandates, so I'm going to go ahead and label it as the left. The left is realizing that they've pushed enough and they're going to get pushed back. The Los Angeles sheriff, I'm going to scroll down, and it even says, it talks about it in this article, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I'm going to pull it up on the screen. Read it if you want. In Los Angeles County, the sheriff decided to go against the county mandate and not require his 18,000 employees to get vaccinated. That sheriff said that sheriff said his department can't afford to lose 5 to 10% of his staff. Keep in mind that the Seattle Police Department is already struggling. They're understaffed, they're overworked. Same thing with, I believe, LA County at this very moment. We've heard of nurses in New York getting fired or going to get fired because I haven't kept up with that story, because they won't get vaccinated. Keep in mind, a lot of these frontline workers, such as fire department, police department, nurses, have already gotten COVID. So their natural immunity is already stronger and will remain stronger than forever compared if they got the vaccine. Okay. Sorry, I keep banging my desk. I apologize. Getting COVID and recovering from COVID makes you way more immune and resilient and, healthier than getting the vaccine. It's a fact. It's not disputable. It's not like, oh, well, the vaccine is almost as effective as natural immunity. It's not true. It's not debatable. No science supports that. So a lot of these people have already gotten COVID. So it is not healthy for them to then also get a vaccine. It's not. A couple things we know about the vaccine. One, it's not 100% effective and it's not 100% safe. Boom. Another thing, I don't like that the makers and distributors of the vaccine or the government for forcing us to get the vaccine can't be held responsible for adverse reactions. Another thing, we're not even a year into this vaccine being on the market and they're already talking about booster shots. So that shows you that the vaccine doesn't keep your immunity as long as they would hope. So what does that mean? Are we going to get boosters every year? Is that what that means? Even though people who got sick at the beginning of the pandemic, when they do blood tests, show that they have more antibodies than someone who is freshly vaccinated? Did you know that? Did you know that if you get COVID, you are, I think it's like 16 times more immune, like as far as like how they measure that in your blood or whatever, than if you were to have the vaccine? And it lasts, I don't know, like indefinitely. Whereas the vaccine wears off between like 6 to 9 months. Did you know that? See, the thing is with these vaccines is that they're trying to play hardball, and I think they're going to get a rude awakening when people actually quit, when people actually walk away. And I support these people standing up for themselves. I said when I started this show a month or two ago, and I said at the beginning that I'm not anti or pro-vax. I'm just anti this vax for myself, and I'm not going to encourage or discourage anybody from getting the vaccine. But as the science has evolved, I am leaning more anti-COVID vaccination than I was when I started the show. I think I'm not anti-vaccination as for like all vax, right? There are vaccinations that have been proven to work, have very minimal side effects, and is pretty crucial for our society. People want to compare this vaccine to like, I don't know, polio or to other vaccines that have prevented like measles, very debilitating diseases. But the fact of the matter is, COVID isn't as dangerous as some of these other diseases. The fact of the matter is, this vaccine isn't as effective as other vaccines in the past. It is still the big thing for me is that when you are vaccinated, you can still get sick, which, okay, fair. But also, you can still spread the disease to others. That's a no-go for me. That doesn't really make sense to me. To me, that seems like the virus stays alive in your system and gives it a chance to mutate. Oh, that's weird. We have these other variants when the virus or when the vaccine started getting pushed out. That's super weird. We have the Delta, the Lambda, the Mu or MU variant, EMU, whatever. All these variants that pop up when the vaccine started getting distributed. That's super weird. I'm going to encourage people who are standing up to their employers about forcing them to get vaccinated. Keep standing. I got told last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, that I will be forced to get vaccinated at my school by January 6th in order to continue to be able to attend and then also attend to play football. That means I will not be able to play football for my school if I don't get vaccinated. Well, looks like I'll be transferring then. And the thing is that I think there's not enough encouragement to the people that are standing up. There's a lot of bullies going on. It's come to the point where people on mainstream media, even sports networks like Fox and ESPN, call people who are anti-vax stupid. Saying that people who aren't getting vaccinated don't deserve to go to the hospital if you have a heart attack. Saying that we don't deserve, to go to the grocery store, that kind of thing. You're just being a bully and you're ignorant. I'm not going to call you stupid. I'm going to say you're ignorant. Because there are some pretty smart people who are saying those things. I haven't met you in person, but you seem smart on TV, so I'm going to assume that you at least have some intelligence. Sorry, my phone keeps vibrating. Okay. Again, I'm not one to sit here and say this, I'm not trying to be like some conspiracy theorist and I'm not trying to be some anti-government or anti-establishment. I am pro-American. I am pro-freedom. I'm pro-America being in America, so that means the government shouldn't be able to tell you to get vaccinated. I don't like that the people, I already said this, but I'm going to say it again. I don't like that the fact that, Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, the government, they're not held responsible for the negative reactions to the vaccine. And I'm just going to tell you this right now, there are more negative side effects to the vaccine than you're actually seeing reported. I talked about this on a different episode, but there is lots of negative or bad reactions to the vaccine that are happening, and not all of them are getting reported for various reasons, and that's coming from first-hand sources from nurses and other medical staff. I don't know if the one that I have quoted is from a doctor or not. I'm pretty sure he's a doctor, but from frontline nurses who explain that there are more negative side effects than that are actually reported. And if you're someone who thinks I'm stupid for being anti-vax listening to the show, listen, I support your decision to get vaccinated. I support your freedom to talk against people who are anti-vax. But you see, like I talked about last episode, freedom is a double-edged sword. So if you want to have the freedom to do what you want, you're going to have to give other people the freedom to do what they want, even if you don't agree with it. I'm tired of this virtue signaling of people wearing masks, just a virtue signal. Joe Biden getting a booster shot on a set stage that's not actually at the White House. It was literally a stage. I'm Googling. Let me see if I can get a picture of reporters showing that's a stage. No, you won't see it. You won't see it. I promise. You won't. You'd have to. Oh, here it is. Found it. Boom. Look at this. That is a stage. That is a fake. Look, they're inside some other building that isn't the White House. They have these fake windows up that are like LCD screens. And I would bet that he probably didn't actually get a booster shot right then. It's all theater. Fauci wearing a mask at a, what is it, like a hearing or whatever. Fauci wearing a mask at a hearing where everybody's been vaccinated and everybody's been tested. It's theater. And more we're hearing about people passing away after they've been fully vaccinated. I think people are going to start taking notice. And CNN and other MSNBC or whatever, just blatantly lying is being noted. And that's why more people are standing up against the vaccine mandate. Look, if you chose to get vaccinated, that's on you. I'm not like thinking you're an idiot for choosing to get vaccinated. If you've already gotten COVID and you got vaccinated, yeah, then I think you're a little off your rocker a little bit. But you're just not informed. And it's unfortunate because all these news articles are going to push all these other narratives that aren't all the way true. The same people who say that there's more than two genders will say that if you're anti-vax, you're anti-science. No, you're anti-science. If you already got COVID, there's literally no need for you to get vaxxed. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it at that. People, if you're standing against the vaccine mandate, keep standing. People will join you. You got to stand for what you believe in. We're all in this together. If you don't stand up for something, you'll fall for anything. All right. Appreciate you guys listening to the show today. Just a little bit of a rant for me today. Just wanted to let you guys know what's going on as far as, Seattle Police Department going to be losing employees, but now they're, kind of not going to lose employees. Now they're kind of like, oh, well, we'll give them a chance for a hearing. So just keep staying strong, everybody. Hope you guys have a great week or start to the week. I'll probably do another episode either tomorrow or Wednesday. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in or way out. It's the way we grow the stream, everybody, or way we grow the show. It's a podcast, all right? I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. Make sure you share this with your friends. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, whatever platform. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. If you're listening on Spotify or Google Play or whatever, this show gets automatically distributed to me to Spotify and other platforms. So whatever platform you're listening on, make sure you follow on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch to catch the show more live so you can interact with the show and chat and all those great, wonderful things. All right, guys. Until next time, catch y'all on the Flippity Flip. Peace. Hook 'em.